Hey! We're in! Yay! Poggers! I can play. This is way too quiet though. Okay, that should work. Okay. Why is it so quiet for you? Okay. I honestly just want XP on this class. So I'm gonna do roulettes. I did put the spoiler tag just because I technically have Endwalker beat. So I have all the content unlocked and there might be stuff showing up that people don't want to see. But with this specific roulette, I will not get into content. Hello, how are you? I've finished unpacking. It was 3.5 hours of content that I will probably have to highlight because there's like now 3 games in this one stream. I've been playing some Fate Tactics. In between, as you could have seen. Terrible back pain. No, I'm so sorry. Okay. This is awkward. That's an awkward trial. So, meanwhile, we figured something out, which about Final Fantasy, which is the new class, Reaper, is absolutely fucking busted. It's literally OP. And it will definitely get nerfed. If they don't nerf this, I'm playing my class wrong. Because I don't even deal remotely as much damage as Reaper does. Okay, so you need to destroy these nails. If you don't, and if Ifrit takes too much damage, you wipe. He does the move that wipes you anyway, but if you destroy the nails in time, it does less damage and does not actually wipe you, as you can see here. The funny thing is that I don't remember if this version had more than one nail phase. And because if it does, we might still wipe. Because they LB'd. It doesn't seem to. Also, this person ran in the wrong direction. Okay, probably doesn't have a second nail phase. So we will be fine. Oh boy. And dead. I don't want the loot. Oof. I don't want any of the loot. What is everyone else doing? Enjoying stuff, it seems. Hold on, is not a single one of my friends online? They are all showing us playing Final Fantasy. Are they all in queue? Hold on. The beautiful moment when you're finally in bed. Yeah. Hold on, I need to... Are they all in the queue? Not a single person in my friend list, like in my of my German friends, is online. Yeah, I'm right. Oh, typing ASMR. Hold on. That is funny. That is very unfortunate. They are all in Discord. If I check my Discord, there's now about 3 people on my list that are shown as playing the game on Discord but are not actually online. Okay. I didn't know this person was playing again. Neat. They are all in queue. I mean, to be fair, I have had to restart queue when I started streaming. So I've also been in queue for a verifiable 4 hours and 46 minutes. But that's fine. Anyway, I'm gonna do this roulette now. And just pray that I don't end up in a super low level dungeon. Please. Why am I pulling a card? I'm going to be level synced anyway, so the card will be deleted. Ah, whatever. Please just don't be Sastasha. I'm not... Or... Actually, please don't be anything from A Realm Reborn. I want to play Neo content, please. Oh, thank fuck. This is actually the best dungeon I can play. This is the level 81 dungeon, and I am level 81. This is literally optimal for me. Because this way I will get optimal experience from both the dungeon bosses and the roulette. The roulette gives you a certain percentage of the experience you need to hit the next level, but the dungeon doesn't. The dungeon is not adjusted. It gives you always the same amount of experience regardless of what level you are. So yeah, that can get slightly annoying, as you probably can imagine. Okay. But yeah, this is Tower of Zot, the first dungeon in Endwalker. Spoilers, by the way. This looks really interesting, by the way. This whole place looks like it is, like straight out of Baldur's Gate. Baldur's Gate 3, the new one. The city too, kind of. But I'm talking about the game. Okay. Oh, that is very helpful. I'm gonna keep that though. If I could just get the other sigil, that would be so good. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to have these 3 symbols be different from each other before the boss fight, because that will actually make the boss fight a bit easier for me, because this long ass ability basically says it does different things. Like it does everything only if you have 3 different symbols, and for each duplicate symbol you lose 1 effect. There we go. And the 3rd effect is increasing my damage and healing by 5% for the entire duration of the buff, which is 15 seconds. You only get that if you have 3 different symbols. So what I'm gonna do now is activate this, do that, trigger this, heal everyone, put that on, do this, pull another one of those cards. Just a normal amount of about 12 billion actions per second. I did not get the key. I did get an explanation why it's locked though. And I'm accepting that. Apparently some previous or current, I don't have information on that, tenants in this house, they apparently manipulated the external thermostat for the heaters a few times, like multiple occasions of that happening. I have the same symbol 3 times. That's so sad. And obviously the result of this is that either the apartments get cold, or they don't get enough, or they overheat. And beside the negative health implications of that, it's also extremely expensive for that to happen. Which is why the landlady decided to lock the doors to that room and require you to call her to get in. Because basically, if people can't be trusted in that room, nobody can enter the room. Makes sense. That is a completely useless buff, but I keep drawing the same sigil for that roll. But yeah, that was my reaction as well. Like, okay, unfortunate for me, but fair, I guess. So this is a slight clusterfuck. Oh, neat. Oh, hey! I got the sigil I wanted. Right now, this is the battle ends. Great. Well, whatever. Ooh. I can look at the helmet. Look at this helmet. That's a tank item, though. I'm still reading on it. I didn't get it. Do I need this? No. I don't really need to roll for tank items because I have pretty good gear on all my classes. And this is just, it's marginally better than what I already have. But still, it looks kinda good. Reminds me of Bone Wicker. Like there's a gear set called Bone Wicker. It was player designed actually. There was a design contest. And that design won, so it got implemented and also adjusted to all other classes by the development team. That is always the price for gear design contests. Your gear will be made available as a just through gameplay obtainable set of gear, and it will be adjusted for all roles, for all gear sets. There's like 7 in total, by the development team. So you basically, in case of Bone Wicker, it was a mage gear. That was the original design, and the devs adjusted it for all the other roles. So tank set, a healer set, and then the other few sets there are. Hello? Bro. Use your cooldowns. Holy shit. This person over here was just perishing because they had no defensive cooldown active. Just got bullied around by 28 enemies. Amazing. I was actually like half expecting a mean comment in chat about it. That's not something I want to activate right now. Well, technically I could do this. I do it again, great. But they are the defensive cooldowns, there we go. That's what I want to see. Kind of in the middle of something. Okay, there, I read it. You just want to see my teammates die, don't you? I'm healing as you redeem the hydrate like a maniac. It's fine, I'll just blame it on you. Easy. You will have to deal with the 3 people that don't know who the fuck you are being slightly inconvenienced by your actions. Just the sheer amount of abilities I activate. The burden of hydration. Yes. Coming to a cinema near you. Oh, come on. Okay. No sigil draw luck for me. This person walked into that. It is not my fault. Come on. I have the same sigil 3 times. Oh, I'm time stopped. Ah, great. Don't you love when you can't do shit? Why do I keep giving that to that person? It does nothing on a melee. Whatever. What does this do into again? Oh, it actually gives me speed up. It's the person that isn't animating. Kinda Zavardo, I guess. Stop walking into that. Oh my god. You greedy Reaper. Holy shit. It's unfortunate that we have 2 melees and no mage or physical ranged, because otherwise I'd be able to yeet my stuff at them. But I cannot. I'm time stopped again. Right here. Basically, the boss stuffs you in a time rift. And this is also funny because it hides the order in which the enemies spawned. So you don't actually have any idea which of them is the original. Because when they did mechanics like this before, you could always tell which enemy was the boss. Because I can show you in the next poll. Enemies that get pulled get a letter next to their name based on what number pull in the list they are. So right now they have nothing, but now this one has a P. This one has a Q, this one has an R. That's what I mean. And the boss would always have the same letter. Or with another boss fight, there was a mechanic that would trap players. But that mechanic would only work, would trap players first and then spawn the fake out after. So the fake out, the one you're not supposed to destroy, no wait, it would trap one player, it would spawn multiple fake outs, and it would trap the player after spawning the fake outs. So the one with the player inside would always be the lowest in the list. The one with the latest letter of the alphabet next to its name. And since that is kind of lame, if your entire fight design is based around deception, they changed it for this content for the first time. I'm actually impressed they managed to do it. Because now you have no idea. I would like that, actually. I actually already have that. Okay, cool. Samurai blade. Show me. Oh, it's glowing. I want that. Wait, is it my inventory? What? Or do I have it equipped and I'm blind? I might be blind. Would you please use defensive cooldowns? Please. Dude. What do you think I am? White mage? Bro. Fun fact, this is the second time that person has used a ability that has, I think, 5 minutes of cooldown without it actually going off because they don't trust me. So that's fun. What the ability would do is if they actually died, they would live for, I think, like 10 more seconds. They would be stuck at 1 HP. They would be at 1 HP, but would be immortal for 10 seconds. And then die. Unless they received their entire HP in incoming healing. Before that buff fell off. Gonna do that. Gonna do this apparently. Okay, we buff that. Okay. This is the final boss, by the way. It's kind of a clusterfuck, if I'm being honest. I mean, it's all the other bosses at the same time, and new mechanics unique to this one. Hello, please come here. I will take that. Not a fan. Nope. Okay, that one's for me again. I need to rebuff my dot. That's not something I usually have to worry about this much. Oh, neat. Rebuff my dot. Yeah, so you do see this, right? Like, spicy. It's a bit much. By the way, I'm making this look easier than it actually is. Just want to make sure that's clear, because I'm used to way harder content than this. So this is it's not particularly difficult for me personally, but it's definitely one of the harder things that they've done for this game so far. So that's just a weak version of this boss that they already did. And I leveled up. Nice. Gonna give that to the tank. That is Black Mage. Interesting. That definitely went to, yep. But it's not better, so it doesn't matter. It is. Nice. I got the weapon. Neat. I got a commendation. Nice. I like getting commendations. They are very good. It's nothing, really. At least you'd have plenty of time between the mechanics. It's not back to back, just this. Which there is content that does that. You can be sure of that. Anyway, I got a level up, which means I've gotten a new ability, which is this. It's just an upgraded version of the old one, but hey, it is new. Instead of this and of this, I want to see the animation. How do you look? Show me. That is pretty. Damn, I'm just summoning a black hole or something. I like it. Oh, by the way, this training dummy over here, the HP might look like it's immortal, but it isn't. What is actually happening, what is the actual reason that the HP bar never goes down, is that this is a level 1 training dummy, and it has like 100 HP. Yeah, I can show you. I can do a normal attack against it, which will put it at half. This thing has about 50 HP. So what is actually happening when when the HP bar doesn't move is that it's taking so much damage that it dies instantly and then gets reset by the server. Because training dummies can't die. So what the server does when it receives lethal damage is fill the HP back up. And reset it. And that's what you do, actually. Because you don't want training dummies that have too much health. There is level 90 training dummies in the game. You could have one of those. But those aren't actually helpful for what you want to do with these. Which is, you want to see how your damage evolves. And what level 90 training dummies have is a lot of resistances. So, dealing damage to a level 90 dummy does not result in the same amount of damage as dealing damage to a level 1 dummy. And since you want damage values to be comparable, you always use the same dummy, which is a level 1. Also, it might actually mess with your ability damage because of how the math works. The level 1 dummies are just optimal targets for practice. Because you don't need to worry about anything other than dealing damage to their face. Or wood body in this case, I guess. Yep. There's other training dummies in the game too. That are made specifically for seeing if you play your class well enough and if your gear is good enough to do high-level content. Those specific training dummies are they are set to the exact same resistances as the boss and to a very specific percentage of that boss's health. And you have 2 minutes to kill it before just ends. And ideally, if you play your class well enough, and if you have itemized in a way that synergizes with your playstyle, and your item levels are good enough, you should be able to kill the training dummy in 2 minutes. And if you can do that, you can be sure that damage is not going to be the problem in the content that you did the dummy for. If you manage to kill your training dummy in 2 minutes, you will be able to kill the boss in the duration of its content. Unless you fuck up. Unless you mess up some mechanics that give you damage downs. And stuff like that. Which obviously you don't want to fuck up. That will definitely not help. This stuff looks so interesting. But yeah, I really like that. I could now theoretically just spam the Endwalker dungeons over and over and over and over until I'm level 90. That's what I could do. I need, because I don't get experience from roulettes or from the first time completion bonus that exists for dungeons. And from like, there's a few things you can only get in a dungeon that give HP, a few XP sources that you can only get once in every dungeon. One of them is uncovering the entire map, which gives you an achievement, and gaining that achievement gives you about 100,000 or so XP. But because I don't have that anymore, I cannot do that at all. I would need about 3 dungeon runs per level up of the best dungeon available to me at that time. Which means with an average runtime of 20 minutes, not counting for queue time, I would need about 8 hours to reach level 90 on this class alone. And there currently is no faster ways to reliably level up. There is slower ways that are more reliable. They always take 30 minutes, but also the same amount of runs, so it would just take longer. But yeah, obviously I could do some of the other roulettes, which do give percentage XP based on how much you need to your next level. But those are not really more efficient than dungeons. They are just more variety, I guess, than running the same dungeon 6 times until you can run the next one, which is not really entertaining, if I'm being honest. I think I'm gonna do Alliance Roulette. This one. And I'm gonna hope that it's gonna let me do one specific raid, which is called Circus Tower, because it's the fastest. And I'm not really after the raid XP, I'm after the roulette XP. Yep, the music's very good. Actually, one funny thing, the break I had in the Wednesday stream actually got muted on Twitch, because it detected the background music to be the banned version, which is not used in game and as such is not licensed for streaming. I have appealed for fair use. If that doesn't work, I will try to appeal for it being the wrong track, which I noticed after appealing for fair use. And if both of those don't work, I'll just remove the VOD and like highlight before and after the break, and just cut the break out, so I have a VOD without muted audio. Other than that, all the music I have on stream is cleared. But if it detects that as the wrong track, obviously I'm out of luck. I'm technically not allowed to use Final Fantasy music without also showing gameplay, but I don't think Square Enix will have my ass for leaving it running while on the pause screen. I could make a new pause screen though, that still shows the game or something. To get around that. By the way, this one is also pretty fast. It's just slower than the other one. Yeah, I just have to edit the break screen for that. I should cleanse myself. We have no fucking ranged again. There's 5 DPS in this, and they are all melee. Amazing. Like, there's ranged DPS in the other groups, but those don't help me. I can't use my abilities on them. Or can I? I don't think I can. I did not heal my target. Doesn't give me a seal. No, I cannot. I clicked on this other person and it gave the buff to me. So yeah. People being in my group, outside my group, people outside my group being rage DPS does jack shit for me. I'm very sad. It just means like half of my buff abilities don't exist, basically. Ow. Ow. Could someone take these, please? Ow. Okay. Then don't tank them, you absolute idiots. I'm mad. You need a lot of healing to do this without the proper mechanics. So letting a healer die and not tanking the enemies is not a smart move. There we go. Yep. Like, that is not how that boss is supposed to be done. But people ignore that. Yay. Because you can heal through the skeleton damage, but you cannot heal through anything if your healer is dead. Okay. This encounter is a lot of fun because 4 people need to stand on these platforms, and I guarantee you that at least one party will mess that up. I rescued the other healer. So they would come back here. But yeah, I told you. I guarantee one group will fuck it up. And not have 4 people on the platform. This time it was mine. But it wasn't me. I was sitting on the platform like a good bean. Okay, so this boss is incredibly interactive. You just stand here and wait until Group A kills it. And that is the boss. There used to be mechanics here, but people don't bother. Because Group A has 1 minute to attack him. And as you can see, he's already more than half a minute, actually, I think. He's already more than half dead. And they had plenty of time left to smack him. And now we get to smack him, because they were slower than I expected. But now he's dead. What an exciting boss fight. You know, at the off chance that Square Enix somehow ends up seeing this, it would be really nice if this content was hard again. I would really like that. Please. If you could just do that, it would be so good. Because I like it. I like Crystal Tower. And I would be very happy if it was actually challenging again. Hey, the thing I want. Nice. Because Crystal Tower hasn't been challenging for the better part of 6 years. 6 years this content has been easy. Like, actually easy. Easier than, I'd say, 90% of the game. So you can stand here, precisely here, without aggroing anything. And Group B has to take the back one. Because reasons. It's just how we do things, okay? It's just how we do in Final Fantasy XIV. There's no actual reason. It's just that has become the rule over time, and now we're here, and that is the rule now. The funny thing is that Square Enix has started implementing forced split mechanics, but only very recently. And only after they noticed that literally every time they do a part of a 24-player raid where the 3 parties in the alliance have to split up, that they always split up in the same pattern. Which is A go left, B go middle, C go right. So they've now started to just make the game do that for you. So people don't end up blindly walking to the wrong place. Like they did. The people did that a lot in this one. And the next one. But they no longer do. Because it's no longer possible. Yes! I love this. This is the obligatory raid explanation. Raid explanation macro. These green thingies, they drop these videos. And when you see all you need to do is just stand behind a meteor. And you don't die, like those two have excellently proven how not to do it. But yeah, actually this boss also used to be harder. You needed to worry about these towers, but the boss now takes so much damage that all his other mechanics are neglectable, and all you need to worry about is the wipe move. Again, very sad that this boss has become so easy. Also, I should mention, for 24-player content, you have 2 hours to complete it before the instance just gets deleted with you in it, and you just get kicked out. So 120 was the start time for this. We've been in here 13 minutes. I've been in this raid for less time than I was in the dungeon earlier. And that's the final boss. We cleared literally 7 encounters in 13 minutes. That is how easy this content has become. This used to be a 30-minute commitment. Pepperidge Farm remembers, I guess. Ah, crap. Ah, I didn't want any of those. Whatever. Oh, actually, there's new intel on this specific boss. You used to have to do his mechanic twice. But if the party actually deals enough damage, you can now skip one. The critical cast for that is Flare Antiqua, this one. You need to run out onto these platforms. So this shield goes up only when there's at least 4 players on all 3 of the platforms. And if the shield isn't up or you're still in the middle, you just perish in the flames. Now the thing is, you used to have to do this twice, because he does it twice. But if you get good RNG with the overall abilities that he does, on the timing and stuff, you can actually ignore the second one now, because you did enough damage. Oh, but not this time. Nope. And wipe. That is how you wipe. He just killed 24 people in one move. Easy. It's very good. It's very good. So yeah. Yeah, here we are. We've now been in here 15 minutes and 40 seconds. And we could have been done. But we are not. Because people are too greedy. Or not greedy enough. Either of those. I actually really need to make sure I buff the Reapers. Because Reaper is broken in here. Reaper actually deals way too much damage. I'm not joking. It is too much. Okay, we need to do this one. This one is always going to be forced. Because I don't think you can do that much damage to him. That he never casts this. Oh, Golem just wanted to go on a magical journey, apparently. But yeah, as far as I can tell, there will never be a time where you can skip both. But you can skip one. If you get lucky with his casts. And he doesn't cast it here. Because if he casts something significantly long, he dies before it goes through, like this. See? Told you. If you get lucky with his pattern, you don't need to do the mechanic. But you need to get lucky with his pattern, or you just wipe. Honestly, in my opinion, doing the mechanic is faster. Because if there's a 50-50 chance that you lose 3 minutes instead of saving 10 seconds, that is a net loss of about 2 minutes 55. No, well, hold on. No. It's a net loss of 1 minute 55 on average if you ignore the mechanic. On average, you will lose 1 minute and 55 seconds if you ignore the mechanic every time. Because you have a 50-50 shot of hitting a good pattern until somehow they maybe buff something. Because you will never have more stats in there. You will not get stronger than you are already. That's not how the game works. Better gear doesn't make you stronger in older content. What makes you stronger in older content is better stats on your abilities. Better potency amounts. Now we come to the reason why Reaper is fucking OP. Because Reaper on level 1 gets this ability with an attack potency of 300, which to my knowledge does not actually get it's not 300 on that level. Hold on. It's actually, it gets a buff here. I don't know what the original potency is, but it's still a lot. It's still a lot. It's more than other other classes get on that level. If you take Dragoon, for instance, 230 is what a Dragoon gets. I think the Reaper gets about 250, which is more. And the Reaper already gets the super broken 300 potency ability on level 60. Which means in everything from level 50, Reaper is just way stronger than he should be. And just demolishes everything. It's even currently, I think, the best DPS on level 90. Because just how overtuned it's accidentally become. I'm pretty sure they will nerf it. Because it's too good. Alright, this will take way too long if I do it. I could try getting in here. But I'm not really looking to do Snow Cloak right now. There's a 50% guarantee I get Snow Cloak when I enter this roulette. Well, maybe I won't. Let's see. That will be the last content for this stream. Here. Oh, also, maybe I should give context on why we are streaming games today instead of D&D. It didn't work out, and we don't precisely know when we will be able to play D&D again. Because stuff has been happening in real life for now 2 of my players. That would make playing D&D right now very hard. We might be able to play next Saturday, I hope so. If not, we need to see when, because I don't know if any of them are going to do something for Christmas. That is actually optimal content for me again.
Als die Natur des Planeten aus dem Gleichgewicht geriet, gebaren die Kräfte der Schöpfung absurde Kreaturen.
But yeah. I hope that my friends will be okay next Saturday, but I cannot promise it. Real life does come before games. So this is definitely more important than D&D. D&D does not, like, randomly stop existing in a week. But yeah. I mean, I have plenty of stuff I can play in the meantime. I have this. I technically could buy the Destiny Anniversary Pack and play that. I could buy Legends Arceus, Arceus, whatever, which is going to release, I think, next week. There is the Siberia sequel. There's plenty of games in December. So I'm not worried about not having content for stream. There's plenty of games we can experience together. Oh, did it? Did it? I mean, there's still plenty of games in December. If I don't get to buy the Siberia sequel, I might actually buy Legends. And play that. This tank is doing very careful pulls. You can full pull, my dude. I'm not gonna perish. Neither are you. Not gonna lose my shit from a Phopal. Not in ancient content like this. I thought it was this month. Hold on. I need to check that. You are right. It is a January. Did that get delayed too? I could have sworn it was set for December. Oh, that placement might have been bad. It's fine. Okay. I should be good here. This person will be dead. Yup. That was so close. Please never res into that. Siberia, the word before. Let's see what Steam says. You're right, it got delayed. It got delayed to March. Damn. Okay, I don't really have anything to play then. You'll figure something out. We could finally start on the Halo playthrough. Because I have every Halo right now. I have Halo 1, 2, 3. I think Reach is on Game Pass too. And I have, thanks to Game Pass, again, because Microsoft is very nice with Game Pass. Very generous. I do have Infinite, the story mode. It got added to Game Pass on release. What am I doing? Oh god. I'm alive. That was close. I want a new card. But I actually have every Halo in existence right now. I even have them installed too. Because that takes like 10 minutes. Literally, it takes me about 10 minutes to install any Halo, including Infinite. Infinite story mode is about 60 gigs, which I can download in 10 minutes. This is actually going to be very slow. Zoltan Hengstenberg. What a name. Are you German? They are all German. This is an entirely German group right now. You can tell because the little dash under the letters here means what language the client is in. And we are all playing on German client. That's what the D is for. It's Japanese, English, German, and French. Which, by the way, the reasoning behind why exactly it is those four languages
Als
is
die Kontinente zerbrachen, versanken unsere Errungenschaften mit ihnen.
Japanese, because it's a Japanese company making the game. English, because that's the language most people who don't speak Japanese speak. German, because that is the biggest market for Final Fantasy games. Outside that doesn't already that doesn't speak English. The largest non-English speaking market for Final Fantasy games, or games in general. Thanks to people in Germany having a lot of money to spend on games. And then French, because they don't speak any of the other three languages. That's basically the reasoning why there's a French language. Because people in France don't like understand Japanese, German, or English. Unless you have the rare one out. Final Fantasy has always been available in German since Final Fantasy III. It hasn't had voiceover in German till 14, but neither was there French voiceover for that matter. It was always Japanese or English, but there was always German text. And as such, the series has a lot of fans in Germany. And when making 14, they wanted to make sure that they cater to all their fans. In the biggest like it's been a financial decision too. Out of all European countries that don't have English as their first language, Germany is the nation with the most wealthy population. So specifically catering to us in Germany. Also, you also cover Austria and Switzerland with that, or this part of Switzerland. And having that combined, it really helps with getting money for your game, which is not optional, as you probably know. If you're not making a small indie game, but a massive MMORPG, you need to get money from your effort. But yeah, Final Fantasy also is very, very popular in Germany. Yeah, I guess so. games in general get a lot of attention in Germany. I mean, we have Gamescom. I think Gamescom alone should be proof enough that video games are pretty huge in Germany. We also have a few of the biggest development studios in the world, along with France and America. For instance, I don't know if you actually know this, but the studio that makes the I don't know how they are called in Italy. Ubisoft's city building strategy games. It's called Anno in German. I know in English it's called something something AD, like 1800 AD, 1604 AD. Those games. Whatever they are called in Italy, it will be. There will be 1602, 1800, 1701. I think is a thing. Those games. They are made for Ubisoft by a German studio called Blue Byte. So yeah, you do have a few kind of popular studios in Germany too. Then Ubisoft itself, obviously being French. France also has, with that, one of the biggest developers on the market.
Der Stern verfinsterte sich. Eine neue Ordnung musste her.
Can pull those. Okay, done. That's fine. It will attack us anyway. That is true. You do have delicious food. Especially you have all the delicious savory food. France has a lot of the delicious sweet stuff, like baked goods, you know? And they have baguette, which is not delicious, but it's nice. If you, however, add some Mediterranean spices to it and make garlic baguette, it is amazing. But one thing Italy definitely has is pasta. And a lot of amazing dishes I have yet to try. How many types of pasta are there again? I think a few thousand.
Stand eine letzte Kreatur.
Spaghetti. Give pasta. Give. Okay, boss time. Too many. Okay. Okay. And pizza, too. I think there's not a single person on this planet that doesn't like pizza. F. Oh, that person just jumped off. Can you not stand in the laser, please? What do you mean main groups? Like, or rather, what do you mean striped and smooth surface? This person's dead again. Or almost, at least. But like, for instance, would spaghetti be considered smooth pasta? I cannot carry these people enough for this, I think. Because I am not DPS. We don't get a lot more time on this. We get this one. And then we'll just die the next time. This will drop. No, actually this one is still there. It's actually good. I don't know how you notice which one's the first to go off. I have no idea. Someone just added me as a friend on Xbox. Excuse me? Whomst? I'm gonna honor this guy. Doo-doo. Hey, 2 commendations. Very good, very good. And I'm halfway to 38, 33. Nice, nice. 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 Okay. So, someone just added me on Xbox. Whomst? Who are you? I am confused. Social. Whomst? I'm confused. If that wasn't you and the person who added me doesn't tell me who that is, I will continue ignoring you in case that person can hear me. But someone just added me on Xbox and I don't know who that is. Weird. Okay, so the difference in the texture, spaghetti is excluded from the division. The smooth type has smooth surface, the tomato sauce doesn't stick. Stripe type has stripe texture. Okay, so basically, let's say ravioli would be considered smooth pasta. It's obviously it is a filled pasta like thing. So it's not purely pasta, but the base material would be considered smooth pasta. Or like, and for instance, if you have I don't know, if you have ravioli isn't hated because it has the good stuff in it. It doesn't have to stick to the surface. But ravioli would be smooth pasta. It's just it's the exception to the rule because it contains the goodness within its folds. Yeah. So I think I know what you mean. You have penne, for instance, where there is the good stuff in Germany from companies like Barilla, which make pasta with very high quality traditional Italian pasta, which is very expensive, by the way. But if you buy penne from them, you get like noodles that have ridges, like lines along the outer surface. But then there's also cheap stuff that is just fucking smooth. And I've never seen that on store shelves because it doesn't sell. You cannot get that. The only smooth surface pasta you can get in Germany, which is why that took me so off guard, is macaroni. Macaroni, you can only get smooth surface, obviously, because of how it's extruded. But I guess that is also not hated because the hole in the noodle is so small that the sauce cannot help but stick inside it. But the macaroni you get in Germany is very thin. Getting that textured is basically impossible. Just exploding the Italian, very good. Yeah. That is what you usually get here when you buy macaroni in stores. But that's the only pasta that you can get smooth surface. The only pasta you can get smooth surface in Germany. Well, obviously, except for the pasta that is just one long thin noodle. Like spaghetti. If I ever come across like textured surface spaghetti, I'm going to send you a picture. I don't think it exists. But it would be funny. Why do they make it if nobody buys it? I don't understand. Cursed pictures. Yes. Textured surface spaghetti. Don't think they make that. I would be very surprised. Oh, also, I want to actually ask you, as an Italian, what are your thoughts on whole grain pasta? Because in my opinion, unless you make a sauce that is specifically designed to work with that taste, it's just garbage. Like, whole grain pasta with a sauce that is designed to be on, like, a whole grain pasta. You know, like whole grain bread or grey bread, but it's pasta. They make that. I'm gonna just... let me... I can probably actually translate it. I have found the name for it. I can, if you don't know what it is from the English, I can tell you what I found. Google say it is in Italian if you want me to. Yeah, so according to my Googling, it is pasta integrale. Yeah. I personally have not had a dish with that type of pasta in it that didn't taste like a weird downgraded version of another dish. I'm pretty sure if you make a sauce to go with that taste, it will work. But I don't think anyone has actually done that. Most people are just like, no, we're gonna use this, it's going to be healthier. And I'm like, this will taste like absolute garbage, but at least it's, like, good for my health. Only that. Maybe that's why he's such a grumpy person, because he doesn't eat good pasta. That would bum me out if I lived in Italy and I only eat shitty fucking pasta. I'd get angry too. Cannot wait for food scientists to finally invent the sauce. I imagine that you need to add so much unhealthy stuff to a sauce for that kind of pasta that it basically negates the health benefits from eating it. The only advantage you get from it too are the what's it called? The fiber in it. Obviously, fiber's healthy. Fiber good. I like it. But, don't, like, sacrifice taste for a few for a few grams of fiber. You can get that from other sources. You can eat a nice salad for the fiber and just eat less pasta. The only way for perfect flavor. Yes, I agree. I fully agree. The perfect pasta. Your wisdom. The Italian has spoken. Okay. Anyhow, while we are vibing to the good music, gib pasta, yes. I want pasta. I actually do have spaghetti in my kitchen cabinet. Maybe I'll make some. Spaghetti. I don't have anything to put on it though. I did make spaghetti bolognese. Spaghetti, yes. I did make spaghetti al bolognese this week, actually. Like on Tuesday, I think, was the day I made that. I bought fresh ground beef and tomato, and I made it. I didn't bother with like chopping up carrots and stuff. I made quick and dirty sauce with just tomato and ground beef. But in my opinion, as long as it tastes good, it doesn't matter what's in it. And I don't have a nice surface in my kitchen where I can chop up vegetables and stuff, because I have just stovetop and sink, and that's it. And I'm not going to chop the vegetables on my sink, and especially not on the stovetop when it's on. But yeah. Anyway, I thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a good night. I hope you can recover from being forced to do something very uncomfortable with people who make it even more uncomfortable. You can enjoy your bed. I will see you on Wednesday, I hope. I will be working again next week. So yeah. Also, yeah, I didn't end up actually streaming more this week. I was busy playing Final Fantasy main story. It took me until, like, Wednesday night to finish the main story in Endwalker. There really wasn't time to stream, or it would have cut into the possibility of me actually finishing the story, which is why I took time off anyway. So, I will see you on Wednesday. I thank you so much for watching, I already said that. And good night. Bye bye.